Okay, so now let's look at Cramer'S rule under matrices. So we use this rule to solve for simultaneous equations, either two variables or three variables. So this is what we are going to look at. Okay, so two variables is when you have only let's say two letters in the equation. So suppose you have 2x plus 3y equal to 5. So this is what the two variables. You have variable 1, variable 2. Okay, then when it comes to three variables, it would be 2x plus 4y plus 5z z equals 6. Okay, so you have variable 1, variable 2, variable 3. Okay, so that is it. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to use this rule to calculate for the variables here. And we are going to apply whatever that we have learned under matrices. The determinant, addition, subtraction, and all that. So let's pick a question and we start with it. But this is the format. So it should be A, B, C, D. Okay, multiplying, these are the values. Okay, multiplying the variables x and y, okay, equal to your product. So the result of this product, that is, let's say E and F. So this is how it should be. Okay, but in the question they will give you ax plus by equal to E. So this is one, and another one is what? Cx plus dy equal to what? F. So this is the question, and you have to, because there is simultaneous equations, so you have to simplify these equations into what? This. Okay, now before you simplify, you see you have what? A, you have what? B. Okay, so if you have A, you have B, you write it A and what? B. You get it? So if here is negative, you just write what? Negative D, just like that. So here is what? C, D, and you put them in one bracket. Then you multiply them by what? The result, that is x1. Okay, because you see the x and the y are multiplying what? This values. Okay, equal to, this one represents the values and this is the variable. Okay, then this is what? EF. Okay, so before you start with your calculations or everything, you represent this by what? A. So we say our A equal to this matrix. So you have A, B, C, D. And we say our B equal to the product, okay? That is E and F. So you are not going to represent the variables by anything. You get it? You just need the first one and the last one. That is what we are going to do. And so after getting this, you find the determinant of this. Do you get it? So you find the determinant of this. When you find the determinant of A, what do you get? Determinant of A, you have what? A times D, so AD minus B times C, BC. So this is the determinant. Okay. Then after getting the determinant, now we are going to calculate for x and what? Y. So if you want to calculate for x, you are going to remove the first part, because you see from the equations, it is the first part that has what? X variables, right? So you are going to remove the first part here, the A and C. You are going to remove them and you put this one here. Okay, so you are going to get, if you want to calculate for the x, this A, this matrix will change to, we'll bring the E and F here, the first part. So we have E, F. Okay, then we remain this one. So you have B, D. So that's what you have now. Then you find the determinant of this and you divide it by this. So the determinant of this is equal to EB minus BF. Okay, so your x, the x that you are looking for here, is equal to this this results, you get the determinant of this over this determinant or the main determinant. So it is ED minus BF over this determinant. So you say determinant of what? A, or you can say AD minus what? BC. AD minus what? BC. Okay, yes. It is more complex here because we are using what? Variables. But when we use values or numbers, you are going to get it what? Very well. So let's clean the format and put one question. You solve one question and I'll give you one to try. Okay, so let's look at the question on the screen. It says solve the system of equations 2x plus 3y equals 23. So you have 2x plus, you have 2x plus 3y equal to 23. Because of space, let me write it here. Okay. So 2x plus 3y equal to 23. This is equation 1. Okay. Then the equation 2 is x plus 2y equals 14. So you have x plus 2y equal to what? 14. So these are the two equations we have at the moment. Okay. So we are to solve for x and y. Now, looking at the format that I gave you, I said, so it says find or solve for the system to find x and y. Okay, and looking at the format I gave you or I taught you initially, you will see you have x here, you have x here, you have y here, y here. Okay, so we are going to write what the numbers, leaving the variables out. So we have what? 2. There is coefficient of 1 here. Okay, so 2, we have 1 here, and we have 3, 2. So we write 3, 2. Okay, now we are done with the first matrix. We need what? The product. What is multiplying it to make it product? So that is our variables x and y. And so we have represented what? 2x plus 3y, x plus 2y into what? This form. Okay, then we say it is equal to, now 23 is up here, and 14 is also what? Up here, down here. Okay, so we are now going to solve for x and y. Now, how do you solve for x and y? I said you need to represent what? This by a letter. You need to represent this by a letter. So this is what? This is A and this is B. So we say A is equal to 2, 3, 1, 2. And we say B is equal to 23, 14. Okay, yes. So we have the A and B. And what do we do next? This is what we are going to use for our workings. Do you get it? And so always you first find what? The determinant of A. You first find the determinant of A. And so your determinant of A is equal to this times this minus this times this, right? So you have 2 multiplying 2 minus what? 3 multiplying 1. So you have 4 minus 3 equal to 1. So now your determinant of A is equal to what? 1. Okay. So since we know the determinants now how do we calculate for what do we call it? The variables. Okay. The variables, if we want to calculate for x, we said you have to remove what? The first column and replace it with what? B. And if you want to calculate for y, you remove the second column and you replace it with what? The B. And that is it. If the equations are 3 or 4 or whatever, so according to how the variables have been arranged from the question, you remove that portion and you replace it with what? B. Okay, so now we are done with the determinant of A. Now let's move on. We are going to replace this here. Okay, so this new matrix becomes We have 23, 14. You see, we have replaced this portion by this. So we are going to make this one with constant. So we have 3, 2. Okay. So this is the new matrix that we have. Okay. Now we said you are to find the determinant of this. Then you divide it by the determinant of this. That is it. Okay. So we know the determinant of this already. Now we are also going to calculate for the determinant of this one. Okay, so now we can say our x is equal to the determinant of this is what? This is 26, right? So we have 26 minus this time this is what? 42, right? That is 42. So we have 42. Okay. And this is 46 over the determinant of this, or the determinant of this, that is 1. Okay. So we say 1. Then we can say our x is equal to 40, so it is 4 over 1, that is 4. Okay. Or in other words, you can find the determinant of this separately. Then when you finish, you divide it by 1 directly. Okay. So instead of solving it this way, you can say the determinant of this, or you can represent this by a letter by saying this is what? C, because this matrix is different from this matrix. You can represent it by letter or you can ignore it. Okay. So the determinant of this C is what? 46 minus 42, and that is 4, right? So that is 4. So our x is equal to the determinant of C over determinant of what? A. Okay, and that is what you have here. So you can represent it any way and anyhow that you understand it. Okay, yes. And so that is for what? The x. So now we know our x from this equation is what? 4, and that is what we have here. Okay, so now let's calculate for what? The y. We are going to do the same procedure, but when we get here, we are going to replace this portion by what? This. Okay, so we say um, the matrix D, because we are going to introduce another matrix. So you can name it what? D, or you can ignore it. So I am representing it by D. And so I am going to remain this one and change this one by bringing in this. Okay. So I have 2, 1 as the first part, and what? 23, 14. 23, that is 23, 14. Okay. Yes. So that is it. We have the determinant here already of A already, so we are not going to calculate it again. All that we need to do is we need to calculate the determinant of this and divide it by this, and we are done. Okay, so what's the determinant of B? 2 times 14 is what? 28 minus what? This is 23. So your determinant of B is what? 5. Okay, so now let's calculate for Y. Our y is equal to the new matrix, the determinant of the new matrix, right? So the determinant B over determinant A. Okay, so y is equal to 5 over 1, and that is 5. So now from the y case, you will see that our y, right? Our y here is equal to what? 5, and our x is equal to what? 4. So now we can say, therefore, x, there is no part of it. Therefore, x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 5. Okay? Yes. So there is the answer for this question. This question. That's how we solve it. Okay. So I'll give you one question for you to try, and let's look at how to solve the simultaneous equation involving what? 3 variables, and we are done. Okay. So this is 2 variables. Okay, now we are going to solve simultaneous equation involving what? Three variables. Okay, so we have equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. We are going to apply the same knowledge. You get it? But the difference here is, you see, for the first one, you have to calculate for what? The determinant of what? A. When you finish, you calculate for the determinant of the new matrices, right? But because this is 3 by 3 matrices here, you know how to, no, this is not 3 by 3, because this is equation involving three variables. You are to calculate for what? You are going to calculate for determinants for each equation, and you know how it works. Okay, so here we are going to use what? The arrow method instead of what? The cofactor method. So join me as we solve it. So the first one, let's group them. We have coefficient of 1 here, so we say we have 1, we have what? 5, we have what? 2. So 5, 2. Okay. Then we have 3, 2, what? 1. Okay. So we have 3, 2, 1. We have 2, 1, 4. 2, 1, 4. Okay. So we are done with this part. Okay. We now bring our variables x, y, z. Okay. Equal to the product, that is 14, 13, 13. All right. Now when you get here, it means you're on process. Okay, so here you are to represent this by what? A letter, and this one too by a letter. So we say A equals 1, 5, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4. So that is our A, and our B is going to be 14, 13, 13. Okay. Now, after representing them by letters, what do? You find the determinant of this. You get it? Before you start finding x, y, z. So, the determinant of this is going to be determinant of A. Yes, it's going to be. We are going to use the arrow method because when we use the cofactor method, it will take time. You pick this one, you cancel out, you take this one. You pick this one, you cancel this side, you cancel this side, and you take this one. It's going to be a long method. So let's use the arrow method. 1, 3, 2. Then you repeat the first two again. 1, 3. Then you come here, you have 5, 2, 1, 5, 2. You have 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. Okay. So here, because you have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 1, 2. That is why I didn't use that one. So you have this one, 2, and you have this one. Okay. Then when you come to this side, you have this one, you have this, and you have this. So now let's find the product. 1 times 2 is 2 times this one 8. Okay. You have 8 here. 3 times 1 is 3 times 2 is what? 6. Okay. 2 times 5 is 10 times 1 is still 10. Okay. Then let's calculate for the product of the top arrows, or the arrows moving up. So 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. Okay. 1 times 1 times 1. You have 1. 4 times 5 is 20 times 3 is what? 60. Okay. So now let's add them. This one will give you what? 69. And this one is giving you what? 18, 24. So you have 24. So what we do is we subtract the top one from the down one. So you have 24 minus what? 69, giving you negative 45. Okay, negative 45. So it means the determinant of A is now equal to what? Negative 45. Okay, so our determinant of A is equal to negative 45. We are going to use it in our calculations, and because we are going to clean this part for more workings. I would like to write the determinant of A here, so that we don't forget. Yes. So we are done with the determinant of A. Now we are going to solve for x, y, z, right? So when we are solving for x, we just remove this one and replace this portion, this matrix by this side, okay? So that we find for the new determinant of the new matrix. That is what we are going to do. So we have yes. So we have I've cleared the A and the B as well. But for our A, so we are going to have a new matrix, right? So that is C is equal to. Then we are going to replace B by the first part, okay? Since we are going to find for what X, so we say 14, 13, 13. We are replacing the B here, okay? Then we will remain this one constant. So you have 3, 2, 1. And you have what? 2, 1, 4. So this is the new matrix. And so what we do is we find the determinant of the new one and we divide it by what? A. So I'm going to do for what? The first one, and I will leave the y and the z to you for you to solve and provide the answers at the comment section. Okay, so I'm just going to solve the first one and I'll leave the rest for you to also solve. Okay, so we are going to calculate for the determinant of this using the arrow method. Okay, so we have 14, 3, 2, then we repeat the first two again. That is 14 and 3. We have 13, 2, 1, 13, 2. We have 13, 1, 4, 13, 1. Okay, so we check for the up. So this is 2, this is 3. So this one goes here, this one goes here, this one goes here. Then when you are coming down, you have 1, 2. Yeah, so you have this, you have this, and you have this. Okay, yeah, so this is what you have now. So 13 times 2 is what? 26, right? 26 times 2 is what? 52, right? So we have 52 here. 1 times 1 is 1. Times 14, you have 14. Okay. 4 times 3 is that is 52. Okay. Then 52 times 3 is 156. Okay. That is 156. Then we come to the down ones. We have 14 times 2, giving us 28. 28 times 4 will give us, please let me check. So we have 52, 14, 156. Good. We are on the right track. So for the first arrow here, we have 102. When you find for the product, we have 102. We have 39 and 26. Okay. 39 and 26. Okay, so we find for the total and we subtract. So the total we have 177 here, 177 down here, and we have 222. Okay, so now what we do? We are going to subtract this from this, and so we say 177 minus 222. When you solve for this, we get what? Negative 45. So we have negative 45 here as the determinant of the new matrix. That is the determinant of C. Okay. Yes. So now what do we do? If you want to calculate for S, it is determinant of the C over determinant of what? A. Do you get it? So we say our X is equal to determinant of C over determinant of what? A. Okay, so our x is equal to determinant of c is what? Negative 45 over determinant of a, negative 45. So we have x equal to what? This negative goes out. This one cancel out this. So we have 1. So now x is equal to what? 1. You are going to solve for y and z using what? The same method. You introduce the new matrix. That is for y. You are going to replace here this 3, 2, 1 by what? The B matrix. Do you get it? After that, we find for what? The determinant of the new matrix. Then you divide the determinant of the new matrix by A. As simple as that. To get your Y, you do same for Z and you provide the answers at the comment section. Okay, so this brings us to the end of what? The topic matrices. We are going to meet again for our next topic. That is what? Forecasting. Okay, so until then, please like the video and you subscribe. You share the video to your friends so that he or she also benefits. Until then, bye bye.